Welcome everybody to the toastiest YouTube around. We've got something a little bit different for you guys today, and that is our first ever game review of a game that's coming out on the 18th of March. It's called Space Otter Charlie. It's developed by a company called Wayward Distractions and published by the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild. They also worked on Breakpoint, who partnered with Corsair not long ago. Space Otter Charlie is a zero-gravity puzzle platformer with tons of character. It features an otter who ironically is called Charlie, embarking on an adventure to find a new planet to call home after the humans left Earth 2,500 years ago. On your adventures, as you can guess, your otter crewmates turn to you to do everything, such as grabbing fuel tanks and other items to help you on your way as you struggle to repair your ship and find a new home. This awesome retro-feeling game, as I said previously, has tons of character, to otter-style puns, and awesome old-school platformer level designs and gameplay. The game features full controller support, as well as the added amazing bonus of local multiplayer of up to 4 players. This feature is one of the best ones added, in my opinion, as it's seldom found in games of today. During the course of this review, guys, we're going to be talking about 5 different sections of the game, which are graphics, gameplay, audio, puzzles, and replay factor. Hopefully this gives you a nice insight into the information about the game and helps you make a decision on whether you would like to purchase this game. In my opinion, it's a great game and well worth a watch. Let's get into the review. First up, as I said, is graphics, guys. Graphically, this game is exactly what you would expect from this type of genre. Cartoon style with a little detail added just to give it that added character. You can tell the devs took time when thinking about which items to add detail to make them stand out from the environment. This not only gives it the retro feel, but also gives the player a clear indication that this item can be destroyed or used to your advantage to get past certain puzzles and make them easier to deal with. Overall, it's one of the better looking platformer puzzle games out there, comparing it to other indie titles in my opinion. So I would give it this game graphically a 4-toe score out of 5. I think it's just the right amount of detail mixed with personality and character from the artists. Next up is gameplay. Here I'm going to try and give you as much information as I can without giving you too many spoilers if possible. Gameplay wise, I feel this game is very good. Again, for its genre and key demographic, it's a perfect mix of not being too complicated but challenging at points. Sometimes you have to think about how to complete a puzzle to move on, for example, or keep getting killed by certain instant death obstacles. At first it takes a little getting used to, but you don't have to wait long before you get that trusty jetpack to get you around just that little bit quicker and easier. As I mentioned previously, this game offers full controller support, but honestly I would use one. The keyboard controls for me were really difficult to get to grips with, but this sort of game definitely needs a controller to feel more natural to play. But by all means, if you wish to use a keyboard and mouse, go for it. The progression in this game is spread out quite well, I feel. You don't upgrade too quickly, but you don't feel underpowered at any point in the game for it to feel frustrating and too challenging that you want to rage quit. You're able to upgrade your shields and make yourself look pretty by visiting the build bots that are placed around the maps, or even upgrade weapons and build new ones to overcome certain obstacles that you may face. One thing that I absolutely love about this game is going mega. It's extremely fun and reminds me of Goku going Super Saiyan 3, powering up and kicking ass is always fun, right? And for that reason, I want to give this game a 4-toe score out of 5 for gameplay. There is a few issues that I will go over in the summary, but for now, let's move on to the next one. So, in this section, guys, we're going to talk about audio. The audio in this game is absolutely great, and honestly, the devs have done a great job of adding sound effects and music to add atmosphere and personality to the game. If you grew up with this type of game, retro style, then you will definitely love the audio. It reminds me of so many different games such as Mario, Sonic, Peggle, all those sort of games that are retro and more arcadey and fun. They have done a brilliant job with the audio. Here's a little snippet of gameplay without me talking, etc., so you guys can get to know the audio that little bit better. as you've probably guessed, guys, I'm going to give the audio a 5 toast rating. I think it's absolutely amazing, and the devs have done an absolutely brilliant job. On to the next part. Up next is puzzles. I've decided to add a section about the puzzles mainly because I feel that's what the game centres around. Quite often you find yourself entering a room where you have to hit a series of buttons in order to open a relevant door to progress to the next one, or collect the key item in that room. Overall, I wouldn't say any puzzle is baffling, but can be quite frustrating sometimes when you come across rooms full of enemies that get in your way, or instant death obstacles such as fire, just to add that difficulty a little bit more. The start of the game is very simple. In fact, my 6-year-old daughter had no trouble in figuring out what to do in certain situations, but as you can guess, as the game went on, she found herself stuck and asking for my help quite often. But let me just add this, she did enjoy playing the game nonetheless. She gasped a few times when certain things happened, or if she found a secret, and said that Charlie was a damn cute otter. Overall, I'm going to give the puzzles a 3 toast score out of 5, mainly because I feel that some were a little repetitive at the start, but made you scratch your head sometimes, or got you frustrated later on in the game. Last but not least is the replay factor. The replay factor is definitely heightened when you look at the fact that it has multiplayer couch co-op to play with friends or even family. And finding all secrets in games is something me as a gamer enjoys in any game, and this is definitely hitting the spot right there too. I'm going to give the replay factor of this game a 4 out of 5, and this is because mainly as a person who grew up with couch co-op in their lifetime, this game does it for me. Me and my son played the multiplayer quite a bit in the time that we got to play and thoroughly enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend this game to anybody who has a family and wants a new game to try out. So that was Space Otter Charlie, folks. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to the Astrophysicists Guild for sending me the code of the game to try out and review. Please note that all the opinions in this video are my own and my own only. The few things that I would change about this game are the catching ranges of some of the portals and doors could maybe be reduced a little bit, just to reduce you going through them on accident a little bit more. I'd also maybe increase the guideline of where you're shooting, just to help that player know exactly where that projectile is going to be going, just to make it a little bit easier when it comes to combat wise. Overall, I think the game is very solid and definitely deserves a 4 toast score. It's done very well. I've really enjoyed it. Me and the kids have seriously enjoyed playing it together. I hope you found this review helpful, and if you did, please consider dropping the video a like, and also maybe subscribing to the channel. It would mean the absolute world. And as I said before, this is my first ever, so please be nice. Drop me any feedback in the comments below. It would mean the world. Or you can come tell me live over on Twitch. The link is also in the description. I'm most likely live streaming this right now.